So here we have the Toyota Aygo 1 litre Expression on a 15 plate. I'm going to start off by showing you around the outside of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. But from the outside you can see it's a 5-door car with alloy wheels. Let's start off inside the boot and then work our way around the rest of the car from there. So as we approach the back of the car, you'll notice there aren't any reversing sensors. That's because this car's got a reversing camera, which I'll show you when we're inside the car. It has plenty of boot space given the size of the car, and a 50-50 split folding rear seat. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back round to the front of the vehicle, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. But now that we've done a full circle of it, you can see that it's in lovely condition the whole way round. Just briefly before we climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. You get half leather seats. There's plenty to run through on the dashboard, so let's hop in and we'll do that right now. Okay, so now that we're inside the car, we're going to start with the dials. On the left-hand side here, we have the rev counter. We've got the speedometer in the middle, and you can also see the total miles on this car, which are 24,026. Directly below that is the fuel gauge. If we back out to the steering wheel, on the left-hand side here, we have stereo controls. And on the right hand side we have the ability to answer and end phone calls. That is of course once you paired up a phone to this car, and that is done on the touchscreen in the centre just here by hitting phone and then following the instructions on screen from there. So just hit add and go from there. In terms of music on this car, there's plenty of ways of listening to it. We've got FM, AM and DAB digital radio. If you want to listen to your own music, you can connect up a USB device, an auxiliary device, or once you paired up your phone, you can also stream music wirelessly via Bluetooth audio as well. I mentioned when we were at the back of the car that this car's got a reversing camera, so you can see that there. It's a full colour camera, and you can clearly see the back bumper within the range of the camera, which makes it very easy to get this car up close to objects, other cars in car parks, any tight spaces. It does make it very, very easy to park. And then back at the main menu there, you can see that you've got certain radio presets that you can hit and go directly to, and you can save your own presets in there as well. Working our way down, we've got the air conditioning for the car. So the outer dial will determine the temperature, then the fan speed is this middle one. Hit this button to turn the air conditioning on, so it's off at the moment, or back on again. This dial will then determine where within the car the air is being distributed. This little slider along the bottom will either bring in fresh air from outside or recirculate the air that's currently in the car, which is a great way of heating it up or cooling it down quickly, depending on the temperature that you've set, of course. Under that, we have the 12-volt charging socket, just here, the USB and auxiliary inputs, which I mentioned a moment ago, and then the 5-speed manual gearbox. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car in person and have a test drive, please feel free to call any of our MJA sites. We'd love to hear from you soon.